So this is page 121 in your math workbook. And today we are learning about multiplication and division in word problems. So in the past, we've been working with subtraction and addition in word problems with words like sum and together and less than or how many more. So today we're moving on to multiplication and division in word problems. Okay. So in our last lesson, we were talking about comparing numbers using multiplication. In this lesson, we're going to solve problems by comparing the numbers. So this is very important. We're going to write this again. What does is mean? Is means equals. Every single time in high school, in college, when you're working at home trying to figure out how to build something in measurements, is always means equals. What is 5 times 4? What is 12 divided by 3? Is means equals. Write what I write, please. Okay. Times as many. What does times as many mean? It means to multiply. This is so important too. Another word that means to multiply is of. Okay? These are very important. College, high school, next year. Times as many and of also means to multiply. Okay? So let's try to solve this problem using what we know. Hannah scores 3 goals last season. She scores 4 times as many goals this season. How many goals does Hannah score this season? Okay. So our question is, how many goals does Hannah score this season? So that is our unknown. The unknown is what we do not know. So we're going to label it S because we don't know how many scores she has scored. S equals. Hannah scored 3 goals last season. So that's our OG number. She scores 4 times as many goals this season. So then we're going to draw that OG number how many times? 4 times. Now we have S, which is how many scores she has, equals 3, 6, 9, 12. This is our answer. To write that as an equation, please write this down. To write that as an equation, you would write S equals, because we don't know how many she scored during this season, 3 times 4, or 4 times 3, or we can even write them like this. All 4 of these equations are ways to write it. They are all correct. Pause the video and write it. On to the next one.
Okay, I'm gonna go and let me.
Thank you. Super slow.
Are you talking still?
Yeah, that's okay though.
Okay.
Make sure it goes very slowly because of the glitter. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to explain how you can find how many goals Hannah scores. Okay, we can find how many goals Hannah scores by multiplying 4 times 3. So we're just going to write the equation. Okay, I'm going to say how many goals she scores equals 4 times as many as that original 3 goals. Okay. We're going to look ahead. Often you need to know you need to find an unknown number in comparison problems. Suppose you want to solve the problem below. Hannah's team won 5 games last season and 5 times as many games this season. How many games did the team win this season? Our first step here is to underline the question. How many games did she win this season? Hannah's team won 5 games last season. This is our OG number. Last season. last season. Oh, gee, the 5 goes here. And 4 times as many this season. Times as many tells us we're going to multiply, and so on. One way to show a comparison would be this bar model. Label this bar model. Okay. So what number am I going to write in each of these boxes? The 5. We're going to write the OG number because we're multiplying that 5-game win by 4 times as many. This number is not included in our multiplication problem and our addition. It is only there to tell us that that's our OG number and how many groups we need of it. So now we're going to complete the equation. How many times as many? 1, 2, 3, 4 times the number of games last season equals our unknown. You can use a question mark as a symbol to stand for the unknown. What is the unknown number? Explain how this number answers the question. Okay, so we're going to write the following. We're going to write the unknown number is 20, and they won 20 games this season. So pause the video if you want to copy what I wrote. Number 3, it says, how does the bar model in problem 2 show 4 times as many? Well, it shows 4 times as many by drawing 4 boxes in the bar model. Okay, pause the video and write what I wrote if you'd like. Okay, so we're going to move on to page 123, and this is a form that you need to fill out. You need to do the work here and then fill out the form just like you did for pages 115 and 116. Okay, but this part I wanted to do together. An unknown part of the equation are the numbers that we don't know, the information that we need to solve for. So unknown numbers in equations are the numbers or information we don't know. Okay, so you can pause it to write that if you'd want. An illustration of this could be a bar model where you'd say 2 cookies. I have 2 cookies. My teacher has 3 times as many cookies. How many cookies does my teacher have? Cookie, 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 cookie. Okay? So this could be an illustration, an example. So I'm going to give you a different example. What if I know there is an OG number, but I don't know the OG number? But I do know that Mrs. Cast has 3 times as many cookies as Daytona. And Mrs. Cast has 9 cookies. How could I find my question mark? And I'm going to write it as a equation where the answer is 9 cookies. We're multiplying by 3 because 1, 2, 3. But what are we multiplying by to get 9? This is our unknown. The question marks are our unknown. It's what we need to solve for. A non-example would be 5 times 2 equals 10. We have every piece of information we need. So using this information, please complete the work for pages 123 and 124 and complete the form that goes with it.